Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the permission management in Linux. Permission management is one of the most important part in Linux because it helps to secure and control the access to our data, which are essentially directories, files, etc. And we can secure these files and directories at a micro level through the permission management. So this permission management makes the Linux system a much more secure than the other ways. So now firstly I'm going to create 3 users through the user add command. User 1, okay, user 1, it's okay. User, I'm going to customize this a bit. User ID, I'm going to give user ID 4. I'm going to customize the user for adding a description. I'm going to add a separate home directory that has not been created yet, so I have to give the -name. Then I'm going to mention the shell as well, which is going to be bash, and then the user 2. And I can do this with I'm going to give this as user 3 and change the number a bit. And this is okay. So now I'm going to create the password for users. User 1, I can change the password in a different way. Password is changed. And now I'm going to create a group add devs. I've created a group. Okay, this group is already exist, so I can now add the users to the group. I'm going to add user 1 and user 2 to the group. So user mod, I'm going to give the command and user 1, sorry, the group name I have to mention here, and user 2 the group name. Now I can verify whether both the users and group has been created or not. So first I am going to take the passwd. So you can see this is the users I just created, and from the group file you can see the groups. So the devs group has been created and it has user 1 and user 2. So you can see that this is the primary users for user 1, user 2, user 3. So now I am going to switch to a user, let's say user 1. If I switch through directly like this, it won't take me to the user 1's home directory, and it will give me whether I was here before. I was in the root's home directory, which is /root, but I can test it. pwd, see, the same place, we are in the same place. So if I want to go to the user 1's home directory, we need to give the dash here. So I'm in the user's home directory. So now I can test whether any file or directory is here. You can see there is no file or directory. We can create a file called file1. So now I can, first of all, I can see just the name of the file through the ls command, and by giving ls-l I can see the detailed command. Anyway, now you can there is a long listing format of this file, and these are all important information of the file. First things first, I'm going to talk about this too. First place is called the, so before I do that, I want to show you the id command. This is the id command, so through which we can see the user id and group id and which groups the user belongs to, all these things. So you can see the UID of the ID user 1 is 101110, sorry 1001. GID is same, and it is in two groups. This group was created when I created the user 1. It is called the primary group, and this group I created manually and added the user 1 to this group. So this is the secondary group of this user. Now, so okay, now I think it is clear. Now I am giving the, so first thing, this is called the user owner of which? Of the file. This file's owner is user 1, and this is called the group owner of this file. Currently the user owner of this file is user 1, and the group owner of this file is user 1 as well, because as I just shown, you can see group owner, primary group name is also the user 1. So this is this one, and this is the user owner. So this is this one. So by default, when I am creating a file inside a user, by default the user owner is given to that user that I am creating from, and that user's primary group becomes the group owner of that file. This is all by default, and we can change all this. To change a group, we can give the command. See, to change a group owner, we can give the command change group space group name space, and then the file or directory name. So here change group space group name tabs, and I want to give the file name. And if I want to check it again, you can see that it was showing the group owner earlier was user 1, and now the group owner is user 2. So technically devs has user 1 and user 2. So technically this file now has two owners. First owner is user 1, and user 2 is also now the owner because it's in the dev group. I think it is clear. Now if I want first I am going to make a directory. It is called my directory. If I want, I can change all the owners. That means I also can change the user owner, and I can change the group owner at once. But I cannot do this from the normal user. I need to switch to the root user. So again I am giving the command. I am in the user 1 directory in the home directory, and I am in the same space. So you can check that through the command ls-l, and you can see all the files are there, but this root user is the current user. Earlier it was the user 1, but now it is the root user because I changed to root. Anyway, now I want to change both the user in the both the owner in the of the directory, my directory. So to change both the owner, we can give the command change own. So here you can see, to change user owner, the syntax is first we need to write the command change own, then give a space, then we need to write in this exact syntax. So first I need to write the user owner that I want to change to, then I need to give a colon, and then I need to write the group owner that I want to change to. If I don't mention either one, then it will revert back to the primary one. Okay, and then after writing this section, I need to give a space again, and then I need to mention the file or directory, and I need to do this from the root user only. So I want to change this directory's owner to user 2, and I want to change the directory group owner to the home, my directory. So you can see this ll is actually an alias of this command. So you can give either one and it will work as same. So you can change. You can see earlier it was the user 1 as the user owner and the group owner as well, but now after I have given this command, it has changed to user 2 as the user owner and devs as the user 2. But now I'm going to, let's suppose I am not giving this one. I am just want to change the group, and I am giving this one, and see it should change to the devs. And now I want to change. Okay, I want to change to user to primary group. Okay, now you can see it has been changed. So I can use either side of the colon as well. If I want that no, I need to change the group owner only, then I need to write like this. And if I want to change the user owner, and then I can write this, and then see what happens. This was the command I have given, and this is the, you can see that when I am giving the user owner and colon and nothing else, it is reverting back to the group owner. So it has to change. It is a point to mention. Now I think this part is completed. Now I can switch back to the user one. So I am in the user one. So I currently have a file and a directory. Now I am going to talk about this part now. The first part is the first dash. You can see the first dash is called the file type. You can see for file, any file, this will show just a dash, but for directory it will show a D. So seeing this, we can identify which file type is this two. Suppose so for file it is only a dash, but for directory it is the D, letter D. And now what are these 9 sections? So this 9 section is essentially broken into 3 parts. First part is this part, second part is this part, and third part is this part. So it is called the permissions. This is the owners and this is the permissions. Now the permission has 3 sections, as I said. First section is called user owner. That means this is the user owner of this file. This user owner can do what tasks? Basically there are 3 permissions in Linux. Basically there are 3 permissions in the Linux. 3 permissions are read, write, and execute. R is for read, W is for write, and X, you can see here the X is for execute permission. So the first 3 sections are for user owner, and the second 3 sections are for group owner, and the last section is for other than these 2. That means for this file it has now currently 2 owners, like the user owner is the user owner, which is user 1, and dev has 2 users in it, user 1 and user 2. But there is the user 3 as well, and user 3 is not part of devs group, or user 3 is not the user owner of this file. So here user 3 will be counted as the other owner of this file. Okay, now we can change this permission as our as we want. How? We need to give, there are actually 2 ways, normal way and the numeric way. First I want to show the normal way. Syntax is this. The syntax is change mod space. The syntax is change mod space, then the permission, then again space, then the file or directory name. Now the permission has essentially 3 parts. You can see first part is this, second part is this, and this is the third part. First part means that which owner I want to change the permission. Like if I want to change the user owner, then I have to change this part. If I want to change the permission of the group owner, then I have to change this part. And if I want to change the other owner, then I have to change this part. So this is what is said. So I need to write first the U or G or O. U for user owner, G for group owner, O for other owner. Then if I am adding a permission, then I need to give a plus, or if I am removing a permission, then I need to give a minus sign. Then I need to mention what permission I want to change. If it is RW, it is W, it is X, so we can change this way. Now suppose I want to add the execute permission for the user owner here, so I will give U plus X to the file on, and if I keep the comment again, see the execute permission has been added, see there and here. Now if I want to change, I can add 2 permission or 3 permission as well. Like what I want to change, what I want to say is that I can add 2 or more permission, 1, 2, 3, whatever permissions I want. Like I want to give write and execute permission for the group owners for this file. This file is now missing write and execute permission for the group owner, which is devs. So I want to give these 2 at once, so I can do that. Okay. Now if I want, I can give all the permissions as well. We can keep this. Suppose okay, I am showing how to remove a permission. Suppose I want to remove the read permission for the other owner, then I need to give the command O minus R for the file. So you can see the other owner has no permission. The other owner cannot do anything with this file basically. But what I want to show that if I want to give every permission to this owner, then I can write O plus read write execute like this as well. File 1, and you can see the other owner now has every permission. Now suppose I want to remove permission from all the owners, then I can give the command chmod A for all, minus means I want to remove the permission. What permission? Execute permission. File 1. Now you can see that all the execute permissions are gone. So like this we can change a permission of a file through the normal way. This is the normal way, and all these things are the syntax. Now I am going to talk about the numerical way, and to do that I am creating a file touch file, see my file. Now if I give the command, see there is a new file called my file, and you can see as it is a file, the first section is now a dash. So by this we can actually identify which file type is it. Anyway, now in the numeric way the syntax is a bit different. First we keep the command change, then we need to enter 3 digit. First digit is for the user owner, second digit is for the group owner, and the last digit is for the other owner, and the file directory name. And 3-digit number, it is a bit wrong here. It should be user owner, it is the user owner, it is the group owner, and it is for the other owner. And now for user owner there are 3 permission, for group owner there are 3 permission, and for other owner there are 3 permission. So how can we do this? Suppose I want to give the user owner read and write access, so I will just add that and write 6. In the place of user owner I just write 6, and then I want to give the group owner only the write access, then I will just write 2 here, and then for the other owner I want to give read and execute access, so I will just write 4 plus 1 5 here. So for user owner, if it is read and write, it will be 4 plus 2 6. If for the group owner, if it is the execute write permission only, then it will be 2. And if the other owners the read and execute permission, so it will be 4 plus 1. So it is like that. Now I am going to change the first user. I want to add just the I want to add the execute permission as well. But remember one thing, that if I want to change a permission, I need to write the whole thing. That means if I want to add the execute permission, I need to count these two as well. That means if I want to add the execute permission, I need to give 4 plus 2 plus 1 7, not just 1. I need to sum the whole thing. Okay, 7. Now suppose I am going to give it the write and execute permission. So write and execute permission is 2 plus 1 3. I am going to give 3. Now if I want to remove permission, I have to write here 0. Or if I want to keep the permission as it is, that means now the other permission has only the read permission. If I want to keep as it is, so I just need to mention the permission. I cannot leave this place blank. I have to enter the exact permission that I want to give it. So my file, now you can see that RWX is there. There is no read permission because I gave just 3. If I wanted to add the read permissions, so I had to give the 7 here, but I just gave write and X. That means read permission is removed, and 4, that means the write permission is intact from this one. Okay, this is how can we change the permission in numeric way. Now if I want to remove any permission, as I said, 704. Okay, 704. See what will happen. See, the group owner has no permission, but I had to mention it as a 0. I cannot leave this place blank. I cannot write 74. I need to write 704. But for this file, I am changing this to 764. 764 will be the read, write, execute permission for user, read and write permission for group, and only the write permission for the file and other. See, this is read and write X for the group user owner, read and write for the group owner, and read for the file owner. Now let's test the file or file ownership and permissions. So ls -l, I can remove the files, file 1 and file 2 altogether. The files are deleted. We can also give the shortcut ll of this command, and it will do the same thing. So as you can see, my directory now has 3 owners. Okay, the user owner is user 3. The devs owner has 2 owners because devs has 2 participants, like user 1 and user 2. Now I switch a bit to the root and change the permission of this directory. Change own. I want to just change the permission of the user permission, so I am just giving the comment like this, and my directory. So the directory I am exiting, and you can see the ownership has changed. When I am not writing anything, the ownership will change by default. Okay, so I had to mention the devs. So that's the point. Now what I want to do is ls-l. I want to change the group of the directory. Change the group of the directory. Devs, my directory. The group has been changed. As you can see, the user owner is what? User owner is the user 1, and the group owner is devs. That means now 2 people has access to this folder, that is user1 and user2, because user2 is in the dev group. Now let's just show this. If I remove the access u minus, we can remove a access by using the minus. We can add the access by using the addition sign. So I want to remove the access for my directory. Okay, now see the directory, the user owner has no access directory. Now if I want to change the my directory, you can see permission is denied because it has no execute permission. So that's why I was telling that every directory must have the execute permission to access the directory. Now it can be accessed because the execute permission is there again. Now I am going to enter this cd my directory. So you can see it is empty. Now I am creating a file user1. Okay, file1 user1. So in the file1 user1 I can write, okay, I am going to show here the Vim as well. So the Vim is basically a editor, text editor, and we can I am going to teach you about Vim a bit later, but you can see here I am writing hello from user1. So I am saving the file, and we can see what I have written through the cat command, hello from user1. Now it is noteworthy to see that the user1 has the file I have just created as the user1 and user1, but I want my directory. But if I go back to the root directory and see my directory has the devs group owner, but the file I have given is that I have created is as the user owner as user1, a group owner as user1. But I don't want that. I want that every file I create inside the directory should have the devs group owner. So here comes the concept of the special permission. Special permissions are the permissions that we give extra layer of permission to the Linux directories and files. So special permissions for user owner. For user owner is the number is 4. The group owner the number is 2, and the other owner has the number of 2. It is same for the read, write, and execute, but we mentioned this before the permissions, actual permissions. I am seeing that, but we need to remember these numbers. So now I want to change the special permission to this directory. Now I am writing 2. Then I am going to give exact permissions of this folder. So first one should be 7, second one should be 5, third one should be 6. So the extra number is for the special permission. Normally we don't use that, but occasionally we can use special permission to give our extra layer of permission to my file and folders. So here now I am going to enter in the my directory, and I am going to create a folder, a file. This time I am giving the name as file2 user1. Okay, see, I have created a file to user1, and after I change the special permission of the my directory, inside my directory I have created a new file named file2 user1, and see the newly created file has now the devs group owner by default. Earlier it was the user1 as the by default group owner, but after I changed the special permission to the folder, it's now by default the devs folder, devs group, sorry. Now let's test it. So I am going to write something. Again, we can write in a file hello from user1 to the second file 2. I can cat it. So hello from user1. Now technically this file has two owners. This file has two owners. The owner is devs owner, user1 in the user, and as user2 also in the devs group. So by default the group owner is, but see, the group owner has only read access. So before we do any testing, we need to change this. We need to at least give this file, give this owner, the group owner as the write permission before we can actually write it. So change mod. As I said that if I am using the numeric way and if I don't change the rest permission, that means I don't want the user owner permission to change or the other owner permission to change, I have to mention it as it is. So read and write accumulate 6. I want to give read and write access to the group owner, so it will be 4 plus 2 6, and only the read permission for the other owner, so it should be read file 2. Okay, now if we give this comment again, see, now file 2 has the group owner given the write permission. So now the user 2, which is in the devs group, should be able to write into this file without changing the location. Now I am changing the user. I am switching to user 2. I am switching to user 2. Now who is the user? User 2. But where am I? I am still in the /home/user1/ in the my directory. So I am where I was before, but the user has been changed. Now as this user should have the access to this file, let me check whether it can access it or not. See, the user can access the file. Now do again, I want to switch to 3, user 3. Now I want to give the cat file 2. I want to check that whether I can actually, the user 3 will be able to read it because it has the read permission. But it's showing that the permission is denied because the group owner is devs and user 3 is not in that group. So that is why the permission is denied. Now I am going to do the user 2. Now where am I? I am in the, if I give the command ll, and I am in the devs. Now I have the write permission from the group owner, so I should be able to write something. Hello from user 2. I am going to append it to the file 2. See, and if I want to get the file 2, see, the user 1 can access the user this file, and also the user 2 can access this file. But as we've seen earlier, user 3 cannot access this file because it is not in the group, devs group, and the devs group is the group owner of this file, and devs group have only user 1 and user 2. So the user 3 cannot access or read or write this file. So in this session, we learned about the permission management in Linux. I talked about the file ownerships, file permissions, special permissions, and finally tested all the permissions. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.